This is August 18th, 2026 edition of American Football Tuesday. Welcome into the sports segment here. We're ready to rock and roll here for this one. And yes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over NFL transactions of the past week. We're going to go over the 2025 playoff review because we did the regular season standing review last time for the last football sports segment. Now we're going to obviously do the playoff review. And then we're going to do Bill Connolly's 2026 college football conference previews. And then we'll also do NHL transactions. No. That's later. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. So NFL transactions, 2025 NFL playoff review, and then Bill Connolly's college football conference previews. We'll do my predictions, I believe, starting next week. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And so with that being said, we'll just get right into the NFL transactions over the past week. There's 200 of them, literally exactly 200. Obviously not all of them on point. If we go up the list here. Oops. List here, nothing too crazy. Kind of look through them here. If you guys see anything you guys interesting, just let me know. But nothing too crazy so far. It's kind of what happened there. Go back through that a little bit, and that is that. Nothing too crazy around here either. Yeah. It's not Justin Jefferson, by the way. It's not the same guy. Eli Apple signed a contract, San Francisco cornerback. Interesting. Couple of 3 moves by San Francisco right there. Nothing else too crazy. Emmanuel Agba 1 year, $1.3 million contract to Kansas City. 8-game suspension. James Pierce Jr. for violating personal conduct policy. 3-game suspension for veteran Mathis, suspended 6 games. This is Nazia Johnson, suspended 1 game is Dorrance Armstrong. 4 years, $72 million contract extension for defensive tackle Keanu Benton for Pittsburgh. That's a big re-signing there. And then, yeah, that's kind of what happened there. A few suspensions, few San Francisco moves, big-time extension. Decent stuff happened on that page. And then we go back down here. Starting at August 15th, Devin Witherspoon signed a 4-year, $132 million contract to Central Seattle. Phenomenal cornerback, deserves that. Cameron Jones released by Green Bay, 4-string quarterback. Nothing too crazy there. Towards Jennings released, waived by New England. If you look up here, again, nothing too crazy really happening up here. I was going to go through in case you guys want to see any of this. But Mark Gronkowski actually signed a contract with Miami, Iowa quarterback last year. Von Miller signed a 1-year contract at Dallas, outside linebacker. Noah Brown signed a contract with Las Vegas, wide receiver. Yeah, nothing too crazy, really. And then the most recent page, Justin Jones waived by Seattle to open the day. And then you got Kadarius Callaway waived by Tampa Bay. Khalil Herbert released by San Francisco. Yeah. Bryce Hall, cornerback, signed with Houston. I thought I said Breece Hall when I first saw this, and I was actually genuinely scared. Julian Hicks signed a contract to Seattle. A bunch of moves from Washington. Insane amount of moves from Washington. Greg Van Roten, 1-year, $3 million contract to guard with New England. Zadarius Smith, who signed a contract with Atlanta. Yeah. Najee Harris signed a contract to New York most recently, but nothing too crazy. Kind of review that in case anything happened over this week, but nothing really happened. Nothing too crazy really happened over the past week. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get right into the 2025 playoffs. And again, there's one of these games that I talk about, but we have to talk about it anyways, because that's not fair if you don't. So, this is the entire playoff picture. Just get a good look, okay? First game was the Rams and the Panthers, and we were going into this like, dude, the Rams are handle business. Like, the Panthers are 8-9, won by far the worst division of football. Barely squeaked in the playoff by a three-team tiebreaker and barely squeaked in. They just absolutely no chance they even hold a candle to any of these teams, or this team, right? Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Where's the standings? Anyways, okay, well. Yeah, they started early in the game. 14-yard Puka Nacua touchdown pass. Puka Nacua having an insane season. Obviously, started right off in the playoffs. Matt Stafford looked really good. 40-yard drive to start off the game. Intercepted for Kobe Durant. Yeah. So they just continue to go off a really good start. So the Rams score first, then get an interception. So they're really settling in. Like, Rams looking just as dominant in offense, and now defense as they did in the regular season. The Panthers are struggling. They're a young team. They're not even that good, really. And then Puka Nacua, 5-yard touchdown run. It's 14-0 early in the second quarter. And at this point, it's like, man, there's just no way. Quickly, the Panthers respond. 1-yard touchdown run. Chuba Hubbard. Like, okay, let's kind of see what happens here. And then they got a 46-yard field goal for Mevis. Knocks it down. 17-7 Rams at this point with 5:28 left to go in the second quarter. A fumble recovered by the Rams. A muffed punt from the Panthers is 17-7. The Panthers get the ball back. 16-yard touchdown run from Bryce Young. Brings it back within 3. And then 7:34 left in the third quarter. That was in the end of halftime, heading into halftime. But early in the third quarter, Panthers get the ball. They drive down. Take about 7.5 minutes off the clock. Ryan Fitzgerald hits a 46-yard field goal to tie the game. Mevis hits a 42-yard field goal of his own, 20-17. And then the Panthers get an interception with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Coker gets a 52-yard bomb of a play right there. It ends off with the Chuba Hubbard touchdown. Was 22 seconds into the fourth quarter. And then Kevin Williams responded to the 13-yard touchdown of his own. And then Coker was 7-yard touchdown catch. Was less than 3 minutes ago? Yeah, just absolutely insane. Like, the Panthers really was sticking there, man. They were sticking with it. Yeah, and Coker, just insane, man. How do you say this guy's name, by the way? Coker. Yeah, it's Coker. Jalen Coker, 7-yard touchdown catch with less than 3 minutes to go. See, now at this point, the Panthers lead. But with 43 seconds left, Kobe Parkinson kind of toe tips a little bit, stumbles into the end zone, and the Rams have the lead. Panthers try to get one last push, couldn't get it. And the Rams hang on. It was a close one. It was a very close one, honestly. Matthew Stafford went 24 for 42, 3 passing touchdowns. He did throw an interception, though. Puka Nacua, 10 receptions, 111 receiving yards, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kevin Williams, 57 rushing yards, 75 yards in total, 1 touchdown. He wasn't super efficient on the ground, but he did his job. Devontae Adams had 72 yards. Corum had 45 yards on the ground. Higbee had 45 yards. Mevis went 2 for 2. Field goals, again, this team looked good. Bryce Young didn't really do that awesome, honestly. Coker did very good, though. He did very good. 134 yards. Chuba Hubbard got 46 rushing yards. Tatoya McMillan, 81 yards. Both of the offenses look really good. So the defense is not very good. And now the Rams are moving on. And then you got later that night, Saturday night prime time, you got the two rivals, obviously. I mean, this game, and this is coming from a Packers fan, so it's going to be tough, okay? You open up the game. Bears elect to receive the ball. If you can get Santos' 27-yard field goal, right? They kept going for it on fourth down. They ended up going down, and then they said, hey, let's take the points. And then Christian Watson got a 7-yard touchdown pass. You catch. At this point, I'm like, okay, here we go. And then Carrington Valentine gets an interception on 4th and 6. Why would they go for it on 4th and 6? I'm not complaining. And then an 18-yard touchdown catch with Jaden Reed, 14-3. Soon after, Romeo Doubs had a 1-yard touchdown catch. And it's 21-3. McManus missed a 55-yard field goal heading in the halftime. Coming on at halftime, Bears get and in halftime, I said this out loud. I said, hey, we cannot lift the gas off the pedal. We have to keep going, and we cannot let them come back, because we know what the Bears are doing all season. Santos' 34-yard field goal. They get the ball back. They actually throw an interception, and then they get the ball back. 51-yard field goal. And they get the ball back again. DeAndre Swift, 6-yard touchdown. Matthew Golden, just 23-yard touchdown catch. It's an insane play. But they missed the extra point. 27-yard Rome Odunze catch. And then an 8-yard touchdown catch for Zizikis. 2-point conversion is good. Romeo Dobbs, 34-yard one-handed catch. McManus missed another field goal. And the Bears get the ball. 23-yard catch for DeAndre Swift. 25-yard game-winning touchdown catch for DJ Moore. They tried driving down the field. It was too little, too late. It's over. And if you want to sit here and blame this game on Jordan Love, it's impossible. I genuinely believe that. He was 24 for 46, 323 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Romeo Dobbs had a phenomenal game. Matthew Golden had a great game. Jordan Reed had a good game. Christian Watson had an underwhelming game, but he did what he was supposed to do in the targets that he got. Josh Jacobs did pretty good on the ground. They had but just McManus, man. He left 7 points on the board. The defense, obviously, without Micah Parsons, without Devontae Wyatt, they were also hurt on other aspects of that defense. Josh Jacobs was healthy as he's supposed to be, but still, man, this defense was beat up, and the Bears took advantage. They could let their foot off the gas. Multiple 3-and-outs. The Bears took advantage, and that's how it happens. No lead is protected, and the Bears' miraculous season is moving on. And then we actually go to... Wait, why did you just do that? Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me? Anyways, back to what I was doing before. They had a few games here, right? Early on, Sunday, the day after, we had the Bills and the Jaguars, right? Starts off with the Bills interception. They go down and get a 50-yard field goal from Matt Prater. Brian Thomas Jr. and the Jags respond early in the second quarter. Josh Allen runs all the way in. Not all the way in. It was just QB sneak. 2-yard touchdown run. Cam Little missed a field goal heading to halftime. It's 10-7 Bills. Really defensive showdown. Great defense so far. Matt Prater at the 47-yard field goal to start off the second half. Cam Little responds to the field goal of his own, 43 yards. Parker Washington has an incredible 6-yard touchdown catch. A very good throw from Trevor Lawrence. And then he also got a 15-yard touchdown catch from Dalton Kincaid. Bills have the lead. Jaguars go and respond again. 14-yard touchdown catch from Achan Jr. I'm still going to call him ETN. I don't even care at this point. And then 1-yard QB sneak game-winning touchdown run for Josh Allen. 27-24. And then end up hanging on. Interception to end the game for Bishop. And the Bills are moving on. Josh Allen, phenomenal game. 28 for 35. 273 passing yards. 1 passing touchdown. Shakir, 82 receiving yards. Kincaid did good. Brandon Cooks did good. James Cook did good. Dawson Knox did good. Keon Coleman did good. Like, everybody on this offense performed. The defense looked good. Trevor Lawrence did do pretty good. He had 2 interceptions. 1 went off his receiver's hands. Not the perfect performance for Trevor Lawrence, but he did pretty decent. Parker Washington had a phenomenal performance. And the Bills just able to squeak out between 2 phenomenal teams. And the Bills were just the better of them that day. And then we got the beat-up 49ers taking on the Eagles. 61-yard spin move, wide open bomb for Demarcus Robinson to start off the game for the Niners. 44 yards, that's for the catch. And then a 2-yard touchdown catch from Demarcus Robinson. 7-0 Niners early in Philly. And we got a 1-yard touchdown run for Goddard, but they missed the extra point. Goddard does it again. 1-yard touchdown catch. This time it's a catch. The extra point is good this time. 13-7 Eagles. 45-yard bomb for Jawan Jennings. And then they end up finishing that with a Panero field goal. Interception for Quinyon Mitchell. 41-yard field goal for Elliott. 29-yard touchdown catch for CMC. This is just an insane catch. Interception from Mitchell again, his second of the night. 33-yard field goal for Elliott. 4-yard game-winning touchdown catch for CMC. They end up missing the extra point. Eagles cannot go down and capitalize. 49ers, not the perfect game, but the defense played really well. Demarcus Robinson had a phenomenal game. CMC had a great game. And just this offense is able to just get the job done in time. Eagles' offensive problems really just continue to happen. They obviously ended up finding the offensive coordinator. And yeah, the Niners move on to the divisional round to play the Seattle Seahawks. And then we got the late night game. This game started with this Chargers interception. but they didn't do anything with it. Eagles defense was just so good. And then when the ball goes back to New England, 48-yard bomb to Ramondre Stevenson. They ended up with a field goal. Chargers posed a field goal of their own, and then the Patriots get another field goal. Field goal again for the Patriots. 28-yard touchdown catch for Hunter Henry halfway through fourth quarter, about a little under halfway, and that's it. Patriots offense wasn't nothing fantastic, but it was good enough. Their defense was insane. Really got to Justin Herbert. And that offensive line for the Chargers was abysmal. Again, Patriots won another dirty, not dirty, but muddy, just gritty, physical football game, and they got it done. And then we had the Monday Night Football, and this game was just wow. Started off with actually a Steelers field goal. But then you got a 6-yard touchdown catch from Christian Kirk. And then you also got a field goal for the Steelers. And then it was a field goal for the Texans in the fourth quarter. So there was nothing for the first 3 quarters. And it was 7-6. And then the Texans scored 23 points in the fourth quarter. Started off with a field goal, 33-yard touchdown fumble return, 13-yard touchdown run from Woody Marks, 50-yard touchdown pick 6 from Bullock. Just a dominant fourth quarter performance from the Texans. CJ Stroud, again, nothing too phenomenal. He threw an interception, but outside of that interception, he was actually really good. Christian Kirk had a phenomenal game. Woody Marks did a phenomenal game. Pittsburgh offense was just not good enough. They were just not that good of a team, just simply. And now we're going to the divisional round. It's Broncos versus Bills, Patriots, Texans, Seahawks, Niners, Bears, Rams. Here we go. Moving on here to the first round of the divisional games. We got Broncos and the Bills. They're just an actually insane game. It started off with a Will Lutz field goal, 7:33 left in the first quarter. 4-yard wide open touchdown catch with 10 seconds to go in the first quarter from McCall Hardman Jr. And the Bills are on the board in Denver. The Denver actually get a punch-out fumble recovered on a 1-yard rush. So they get a fumble. They recover it, and they go down and score a touchdown. They have the lead again. Matt Prater knocks down a field goal. Broncos respond with a touchdown with 29 seconds to go in the first half. It's 17-10 heading in the halftime. They actually get another fumble, a recovery, and they get a 50-yard field goal. So it's 20-10 heading in the halftime. And again, the Broncos force another fumble, and they get the ball back. It ends up with a field goal for Will Lutz. Again, he 3 for 3 in field goals, 33-yard field goal, 23-10 Broncos. Keon Coleman responds for the Bills. They get an interception themselves, but they give the ball right back. An interception for the Broncos as well. They get the ball back. Bills end up getting the ball back. 46-yard bomb for Shakir, and then ends up in a Kincaid touchdown, 24-23, 13-29 to go in the fourth quarter. Prater adds on 4:14 to go. But a 26-yard touchdown catch from Mims. They have the lead with 1:01 to go. Josh Allen and the Bills able to drive all the way down the field, get a 50-yard field goal, send it into overtime. But in overtime, obviously the play. Josh Allen throws the ball down the field. It appears to be caught from Cooks. But no, McMillan rips it out of his hands, halfway through the air. And wait, what just happened? He said Broncos and Texans and AFC, Rams and Vikings and Rams in the NFC. That's possible. I'll do my predictions in, I think, 2 weeks, I believe. I do my official predictions, but yeah. And then they drive down the field, get the game-winning 23-yard game-winning field. The Broncos are moving on to the AFC Conference Championship game. But right after this, they end up figuring out that Bo Nix had a broken ankle, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. But if we're just talking this game, Broncos offense, Bo Nix is for real. He had a phenomenal game. The offense was really good. The defense was good to start. And it still was good the entire game. They forced a lot of turnovers, but the Josh Allen and the Bills offense able to keep him in, and then obviously that really controversial play in overtime, and then the Broncos ended up winning the game. Insane game. And then obviously later, oh my gosh, this game was demolition. Seahawks and the Niners. The first play of the game was a 95-yard kick return touchdown for Rashid Shaheed. 31-yard field goal for Myers, 10-0 Seattle. 4-yard touchdown catch, JSN. But the Niners finally get points on the board. 17-3 with 12:01 to go in the second quarter. They get another field goal, 56-yard field goal But then K9 gets a touchdown, a field goal for Seattle. Another 2 more Kenneth Walker touchdowns, 41-6 final score for Seattle. They completely dominate. Kenneth Walker, a phenomenal game. Sam Darnold did exactly what he's supposed to do. And that defense, special teams, and offense for Seattle all showed out, and quite the opposite happened for the Niners. 61st time in my life I gotta say this one year for the Vikings. I don't know. We'll have to see about that one. It's gonna come down to the quarterback situation for sure. But yeah, Seattle moving on to the conference championship, and so is Broncos in the AFC. So now we gotta figure out who those two teams are playing. Starts with the Patriots and the Texans. Basically, quick review of this game: 4 turnovers from C.J. Stroud. Neither offense was spectacular. Drake May went 16 for 27, 3 passing touchdowns and interception. I feel like he had a pretty good game. Patriots offense had a pretty good game, but they were always set up in beautiful field positioning. That defense for the Patriots was phenomenal once again. C.J. Stroud. Serious questions for C.J. Stroud's future in Houston. And then later, the Rams. Phenomenal game against the Bears. Obviously, they were winning that game until the miraculous, absolutely miraculous, Caleb Williams started at the 14. He ran 30 yards back, threw it on his back foot, and threw a perfect pass to Cole Kmet in the back of the end zone. I don't understand how that happened. I genuinely, at the time, thought, like, it was rigged. Like, I'm so serious. I didn't know what to think at the time. But obviously, it was an interception from Caleb Williams. Him and DJ Moore had a miscommunication. Mevis ended the game 42-yard field goal, and the Rams are moving on to play the division rival Seattle Seahawks in the conference championship. That's an insane game, man. Like, these are two physical, like, old school style offenses that both just ran the ball down each other's throats, and the Rams able to get the job done. So yeah, there's the conference championship. They're set. It's the Broncos without Jared Stidham starting, and then the Patriots with inconsistent offense and offensive line. Compared to the Rams and Seahawks, are arguably the two best teams in football. So at this point, I'm like, whoever wins the NFC Conference Championship game is going to win the Super Bowl. I just honestly believe that. It ended up being true, but I honestly believe that at the time as well. Starts at the Patriots and the Broncos. 6-yard wide open touchdown catch for Courtland Sutton from Stidham. Dude, at this point, I'm like, oh my god, it might be for real. The Broncos might actually do it. And then Drake May, 6-yard touchdown run late in the first half. Nothing happened until a 23-yard game-winning field goal from the Patriots, and they end up hanging on. Stidham just did not do great. And yeah, again, another physical, old-school style bully ball from the Patriots, really. Defense win championships, and they got the job done. They're going to the Super Bowl. To figure out who they're going to play, we got the Rams and the Seahawks once again. Obviously, the trilogy right here. 2-yard touchdown run from K9 to start off the game. And then Mevis field goal. Myers responds. Another field goal from Mevis. So we got field goals going back and forth. 9-yard wide open touchdown catch for Kyron Williams. Rams have the lead late in the first half, pardon me. And then we got a 14-yard wide open touchdown catch late in the first half. I keep saying second half. First half. 25 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Seahawks have the lead. 17-yard touchdown catch from Bobo. It's 24-13 Seattle. Rams respond. Seahawks get it right back. Rams end up responding. 34-yard touchdown catch from Puka Nacua. Phenomenal play. And they just can't get that extra 4 points back. Sam Darnold, 25 for 36, 3 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. JSN for another phenomenal game. K9 had another great game. Seahawks offense looked really good, and the defense was holding the Rams in check. Seahawks win the trilogy, and then moving on to Super Bowl. Then obviously the Super Bowl, man. Just put this into perspective. The Seahawks got 6 sacks. They were just completely eating Drake May alive. And Drake May really couldn't score anything to the very end of the game until it was too little too late. Seattle Seahawks defense was actually insane. The offense capitalized when they needed to. 29-13, Seattle Superhawks are the Super Bowl champions. Dude, last season was insane, dude. Like, that's the best football season I've ever seen, dude. Like, that season was actually absolutely insane, man. I love that season. Absolutely insane. But yeah, we're going to go over here to Bill Conley's 2026 College Football Conference previews and predictions. We're just going to do the P5 conferences. SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and that's it. We're just going to do 4. He's gonna do the Big Four. Here's his predictions. Here's the projections. Georgia's projected to win it. And then it's gonna be Texas, Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri, Florida, South Carolina, Auburn, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Kentucky. Again, I'm gonna do my predictions. I'm gonna do my conference predictions next week. So yeah, you better be tuned in for that one. Next week, I'm gonna do my conference predictions, and then in 2 weeks, I'm gonna do the top 25 and playoff predictions. So yeah, this is what SEC is looking like, projected to be. I think Georgia's a very solid team. I think these are obviously the 2 best teams in the conference. I don't think it's really that debatable. I mean, I think Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, I think all those teams are good, but they're not on the level of Georgia or Texas. I think that next tier is like the Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and then the next tier would be Tennessee, Missouri, Florida, and then like the rest of the teams. So, I personally like Texas to come out of the SEC. I think the offense is slightly better than Georgia, and then I think it'd be like Texas and Georgia would be number 1 and 2, but we'll talk more about that when I do my predictions, but that's just kind of the outlook of what that's looking like right now. We're going to go back. We're going to look at the Big Ten. Let's look at it. 2026 projections. The projected number 1, they were the number 1 preseason AP poll, Ohio State. This is before the AP poll, by the way, came out. And then it's supposed to be Oregon, Indiana, USC, Michigan, Penn State, Washington, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, Minnesota, UCLA, Northwestern, Maryland, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Purdue. I like actually Oregon to win this division. I think their defense is a little bit more physical, and I think it's slightly better than Ohio State. I do think their defense is slightly better than Ohio State, and I think the offense is just as capable of putting up just as much points as Ohio State. I think Oregon will slightly beat out Ohio State, but I could easily see Ohio State winning the conference. I wouldn't be surprised, really. They might actually win it because the only loss realistically would probably be to Texas. And I don't know if Oregon will probably lose at least 1 game. They'll lose probably 1 game. If they go undefeated, they'll win. They'll be number 1 in the AP poll. But I think they'll lose 1 game, and I think Ohio State's loss at Texas will be like the best loss you can get. Besides maybe at Oregon, obviously, but. And then you got Hawkeyes are 1,000. I don't know about that one. And we get Indiana 5, obviously defending national champions. They lost Fernando Mendoza and countless other pieces. But not countless other pieces, but they lost quite a bit of other pieces. But obviously, Kirk Cignetti's made a culture. They got portal transfer. Like, there'll still be a top 5 to 7 team in the country. Like, they're still going to be up there. USC is a little frisky team. They're around the college playoff bubble. So is Michigan and Penn State. Washington, Iowa are 2 teams that are going to be around top 20 to top 23 range. One of those teams that are just on the outside of the playoffs. Not really too close to the playoff, but maybe could make a push. 2 like sleeper teams. And then you got Illinois and Nebraska, Minnesota, UCLA, Northwestern. Those teams are kind of like, they're not making the playoffs. Just not. I highly doubt they're making the playoffs. I think the last team that could possibly realistically make the playoffs would be Iowa. Because I don't think Illinois would even realistically make the playoffs. I just do not believe that's even possible for them to honestly make the playoffs. Here's what we're going to do next. We're going to go over to the Big 12. 3 out of 4, or 2 out of 4 done now. Let's go down here. Projections. Texas Tech's projected to win it. I agree. I think Texas Tech will win the Big 12. I just think they're the best team. I think they're the best overall well-rounded team. I think they're the best offense and probably the best defense in the conference. So, go for finish second in the Big 10. Yeah, that's just not happening. They're not better than Oregon, Indiana, USC, Michigan, Penn State, Washington, or Iowa. Or Nebraska, even for that matter. BYU finished second. I have them finishing third. I think Utah's going to end up actually getting second. I think it would be Texas. No. I actually have this too. I have BYU finishing second. I have Utah finishing third. And then I think I have Kansas State. Yeah, I think this is pretty accurate. I think I have Houston a little bit higher, though. I think I have Houston like 4 or 5. I am a little bit higher in Houston than this guy. But Oklahoma State, yeah, they're about down there. Cincinnati, yeah, all those guys, those are all fair. Iowa State literally lost the whole team from last year. So, yeah. Yeah, and they lost their coach, too. So, I don't know, yeah. But that's fair. That's fair. ACC, going down here. Notre Dame. This is with Notre Dame. Like, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna be competing in the ACC. But I don't know. Let me actually Google that. Is that actually true? It probably says it a little bit up here. Another Mammoth Miami Notre Dame go. So we have to wait. Oh, let me see this. Cause I Googled it one time and I thought it said no. Can Notre Dame win the ACC in college football? Yeah, no, they can't. They can't. They cannot win the ACC. So we're gonna assume that Notre Dame's not here because they cannot win it. They just can't win it. But you know what? Actually, no. We're gonna assume that they are competing in it, right? I think Notre Dame would win this division. You know, this conference. Miami would finish second. I think Clemson would probably finish third, and then I'll pick SMU, and then Louisville, and then Florida State, and then Virginia Tech, and then Virginia. I think, yeah, Pitt. Yeah, the rest of this is probably pretty fair. So I'd have Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson, SMU, Louisville, Florida State, Virginia Tech, Virginia, Pitt. That's kind of what I have right now. But again, that could change by next week. But that's just kind of how I'm thinking right now. But yeah. Is there any other conference I kind of want to preview? Not really. I mean, all the other ones are not really powered conferences. But yeah, it's fine. That's going to do it for August 18th, 2026 edition of Football Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed Football Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed this video as per usual. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.